Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Well, welcome back to the show. We are joined live here today on the podcast and Zoomcast by Miss Courtney Turner. Excited to have her here as the CEO and founder of Logic Natural Marketing, LLC, based out of beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. How are you today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Excited to have you. And I just got to know, was it a warm Christmas for you?
Yeah. I had a few friends over and we had a great lunch. So it was a great Christmas for me. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for being here, for joining us. Cannot wait to find out more about this full service digital agency you offer. So let me first and foremost have you introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah. So obviously you mentioned Courtney Turner is my name. I do have a full service digital marketing agency called Logic Natural Marketing LLC. And we are a full service digital marketing agency, which means that we provide personalized plans for each of our clients. We also provide several services, digital advertising, search engine optimization, website design, content creation, and pretty much anything you can think of. If that's something that you're needing, we supply that to our clients to help them out.
Beautiful. Okay, before we go into more depth about all the work that you do, and I think it's important to discover who you are. Could you talk a little bit about growing up? And I know you have your own journey and story about your health journey in particular that kind of led you here. I think that's important for us to listen to.
Yeah. So I guess growing up, I was kind of unsure about what I wanted to do. So I didn't have a particular path that I was looking at. I also had kind of some health issues. So I did have a kidney disease and other problems growing up that I was dealing with. So that's really what led me into the field of science. So during my undergraduate and my master's programs, I did study biology to kind of help with some of these medical ailments that I was having and experiencing. During that time, the doctors that I was seeing didn't really have a lot of resolve. There weren't a lot of answers for the medical conditions that I was experiencing during that time. So that's kind of what led me actually into naturopathic medical school. So again, all of this very unexpected, being a marketer. Thankfully, over about a year and a half of being in naturopathic medical school, I did kind of see some resolve with that. So it was a very unexpected start. And when I started my agency, I was about a year and a half into that schooling, and met a friend who kind of gave me some marketing courses. So that's really what got me started. And it was definitely a very interesting thing. So growing up, this was not something that I had expected to do. It was not something that I saw for myself. So, very interesting for sure.
And can I just ask personally, I don't know if you want to share too much, but are you better now with your health issues? Are you okay?
Yeah, so thankfully, I don't experience anything like what I used to. Obviously, health is a lifelong journey. So it's, something that I have to monitor and keep up on. But overall, I don't really experience much of the symptoms that I used to. So there has been a significant amount of healing, thankfully, and I'm not dealing with that for the most part anymore, thankfully.
Beautiful. Well, glad to hear that and happy to have you. And by the way, did you grow up in Scottsdale? Is that where your hometown is?
No, actually. So I grew up in Iowa and that led me to Colorado. I had family living there, went to school there. Thankfully, that's where I actually found naturopathic medicine. It's not, that's not a legalized practice in Iowa right now, even currently. So I was lucky enough to find that there and then moved to Arizona actually for medical school. So that's why I'm here now.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing this. Now let's talk a little bit about the company. And it's great to hear about this full service digital platform agency that, again, she's working with people all over the world, right? And you talk about mentioning, you want to talk about, I should say, is getting the most out of your marketing budget. So could you share a little bit about the digital advertising world and search engine optimization, website design, and all the things that you do?
Yeah. So when we start to work with a business, we kind of sit down and we analyze everything from the top to the bottom. So when it comes to marketing, it's really great to have a good foundation to start with marketing. Sometimes that's, depending on the business, can be having a good website to start with. Really making sure that that foundation is set up. So we go through and we really do analyze every piece of the business to make sure that whatever aspects we're adding are really, a significant driver to, accomplishing the goal for the client. So, that's why I mentioned we do everything in terms of website design. We do, social media management. So
Yep.
if it's brand awareness, we'll do things like that. Again, paid advertising. So we kind of do a comprehensive analysis of each business and then add in each piece that's needed to kind of achieve that goal for the client. So I do think that's what makes us a little bit unique.
And by the way, we should point out the website, logicnaturalmarketing.com. Could you share any other forms of contact, social media, phone number, whatever you'd like?
Yeah, so if you visit the website logicnaturalmarketing.com, you can schedule a free consult call with me. So I would encourage everyone to do
Ah,
so. We'll do a brief business analysis during that time. I give a lot of really helpful tips and tricks that really help you out, regardless of if you decide to work with me. So I encourage everyone to kind of take a look into that. And I really enjoy doing that right now. I'm open for being reached out to via email. So again, it's
mm-hmm.
logicnaturalmarketing@gmail.com. So those are both great places to find me.
Now, I know your focus really is in the healthcare business, especially with naturopathic doctors, health and wellness. I was reading on the website retreats and a lot in the healthcare industry, which we're going to get to specifically. And then also you do marketing for other types of companies. Could you just share a little details about that?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, we do a lot in the health and wellness space, but we do other industries as well. I love, even a new business coming in, it's always, a fun venture for me to take on something new. We do a lot of businesses in the trades industry. We do some e-commerce as well. So those are, other industries that we're kind of well versed in. I've got a great team behind me with a lot of experience. So, we're always up to, any new industry that's looking to come in.
Great. And let's go back to the healthcare path. Give us some examples of some of the clients you're working with and the sort of networking and marketing that you can help with.
Yeah, so in terms of the health and wellness space, I do work with primarily naturopathic doctors,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have other physicians as well. I have a few chiropractors across the United States. We do supplement sales as well, so e-commerce for some things like
That's right.
that. So yeah, I have a lot of different individuals. It's really useful to again be able to share the ideas back and forth between my clients when I'm able to do so. So it's a great community for all of us to really learn and then help each other in terms of business growth. So I've seen that, and it
Wow.
really works out well, especially with those individuals.
Beautiful. And what else did you want to share about your marketing business and how you're helping other businesses grow?
Yeah, so I guess just uh something I guess I want to share is just not to be discouraged or to be scared of marketing. I know, especially individuals in naturopathic medicine, it can be a little bit difficult getting started, coming out of medical school, and then, starting your own practice. A lot of those individuals are starting their own clinics. So to not be scared of marketing, kind of to really immerse yourself to understand that, and then if you need any help, obviously to reach out to me. We're always there to lend a helpful hand. I do a lot of business consulting as well, so if there's anyone who is kind of nervous of getting started and doesn't really know what that looks like and kind of wants to learn themselves, we're always there to kind of help teach as well.
All right, let me just point out on the website, there's some great reviews. Dr. Chaos writes, so Courtney and her team are amazing. Her knowledge in the healthcare field was a huge asset to our practice. She was able to create a targeted marketing plan that resonated with our patients and helped us grow our practice. I highly recommend her services to any healthcare provider who's looking to improve their online presence. And there's more reviews. Let me just mention one more. This person, JD, said, working with Logic Natural Marketing was a game changer for my business. They were able to develop a customized marketing strategy to fit our budget and help us reach our target audience. So Courtney and her team, easy to work with and deliver results that continue to exceed our expectations. So it always says a lot when there's some, great client testimonials out there. And just want to let everyone know there's more on the website if they go and check it out. Logic Natural Marketing, logicnaturalmarketing.com. And let's talk specifically about what you're doing, because I always hear this term SEO, search engine optimization. Could you share a little bit about what that is and how does that help out a business, even with the website design too?
Yeah, so SEO, the way that I like to explain it to my clients is it's kind of the way that Google's viewing your website. So the way that we view it as a human being is a little bit different than the way Google will view your website. And Google will view that as kind of a string of code. So
Okay.
there's different aspects that you need to make sure are included in that code. So certain keywords, Even minor things like how your image on that you're uploading onto your website, how it's named in the file folder, that's even included into the code that Google is evaluating. So each one of those pieces of code are contributing to something we call SEO, which is your search engine optimization, which contributes to how far up on Google that you rank. So, obviously looking at different aspects of that, and, it depends on the business, the industry, but optimizing those different pieces of the website is really how you kind of rank higher for Google. So, we do have a team that goes in and we analyze the website and the different pieces of code that are needed, keywords, everything else that are on the website. So I guess that's the simplest way that I can put search engine optimization in terms of how that's, actually
Got it.
performed, but it's optimizing the website. I mean, we do visual optimization as well as speed optimization, but search engine optimization specifically has to do kind of more with the keywords and those things that are, coded into your website.
Got it. And you're helping people get paid advertising, and also you manage social media.
Yes, yes. So we create the content for you. We'll post the content. We do engagement as well. So we have different packages depending on, again, if the goal is lead generation, so booking appointments, selling a product, or maybe brand awareness, so gaining followers, things like that. We have different strategies for each of those.
How important is the social media game now? I mean, I think every business needs a website and social media page, right? Could you give us any tips about that? Because some people are still, not in in 2023, and they're scared of social media. They're unsure of what to do. How many posts a day? What time? Are we doing reels? Are we doing posts? Are we doing videos? Are we doing pictures? Give us some tips and suggestions on that for people in general that are trying to market their business or themselves.
Yeah, I've actually had a few clients who have been nervous to get started. Sometimes they can see negative things online and they don't even want to get involved because of that. And what I tell those clients is to not be scared, because there are individuals who either want your product or need your service who could benefit from that. And by not putting it online, by not having social media or a website, you're kind of losing out on another opportunity to reach those people who might need that service or that
Mm-hmm.
product. So, to not really be scared of that. And, in terms of my agency, we really lend a helping hand. So if there's anything of concern, we're always there for you to support you, all the way through. I don't see a lot of negativity from
Mm-hmm.
my clients. There's that bad egg or something that pops up. But I don't want that to discourage anyone from following through, because social media really is a good way to get, that product or that service out there. And by not doing that, it's holding that back from the consumers or the individuals who really do need that. So yeah, I try to kind of get people to let their guard down a little bit and not to be so, nervous about starting things like that.
Perfect. All right. Did you want to discuss any more about the dynamic nature of your business and how you're helping, as you say, success lies in solving problems faster than they arise?
Yeah, I guess in terms of that, I'd say that's true. Someone told me that, in terms of entrepreneurship or owning your own business, the success does lie in solving the problems faster than you create them. I do think that is a strong, piece to keep in mind. So when starting your own business, not to be discouraged by the challenges, know that they're always here to come and to continue to work through those. I think that's, yeah, the most important part there.
Beautiful. At this time, let's remind everyone how we can reach out to you if you can share all forms of contact.
Yeah, again, it's the website. You can schedule a free consult call with me. I'll do a free website and social media evaluation during our time of meeting, and that's logicnaturalmarketing.com. Again, if you have any specific questions, you can also reach out to me directly, logicnaturalmarketing@gmail.com. And I'd say those are the best ways to get a hold of me.
Beautiful. Let's also dive into a little bit about the collaborative and mentoring aspects of your work. Could you share that? I mean, I know both on the receiving side, when you started out, and now you're mentoring an individual yourself, you said?
Yeah, yeah. So I mentioned previously that a friend of mine helped me kind of get started.
Okay.
I'm not really under any mentorship right now. I do a lot of collaboration with friends and networking in the industry as well. But I do mentor right now a younger guy, and he's in Pakistan. He's starting his own agency. He's doing really great, and it's been really great to kind of watch him grow as he's starting that as well.
Perfect. And again, Logic Natural Marketing. based out of Scottsdale, Arizona, but she's working worldwide with anyone. Check them out on social media. Also, let me ask, you gave us a little bit about your background and, you mentioned your degree and you were going to be a naturopathic doctor, correct? So are you still working towards this degree or
Uh,
did we switch majors totally? Because I went to pre-med for 2.5 years and then I switched majors into communication. So I'm just curious, did you ever go back or are you considering that as well?
Yeah, so when I decided to leave, I took a leave of absence and I had great standing, with the
Ah,
expectation of returning. The business did take off quite a bit. It's very time consuming. I passed that year mark and unfortunately I love what I'm doing, so I don't see myself going back. I mean, I work with physicians every single day and I
yeah.
help grow and build their practices, so I feel like I'm doing
You're still
exactly what
in
I
the
need to
medical
do.
business. I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest regrets because I've been working in communications for 20 years from radio, television, and all. So, but that's the one thing I said, oh my goodness, I wish I would have continued my medical education or be involved somehow in the healthcare industry. And I'm like, it's not too late. We were talking about it the other day. I'm like, it's not. Maybe communications for a hospital or marketing, like just kind of like you. So I'm actually inspired by this right now.
Yeah, no regrets here. So I feel great with what I'm doing and very happy that I've still been able to be involved in the industry.
Great. Now I know you're the CEO and founder. Do you also have a team of people that work with you, or is it just you as the solo entrepreneur, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I do have a team of people. I have a content creator. I have someone who runs my ads, so I have an individual for each part of my team. Yes.
Awesome. 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 Well, we still have 7 minutes left in the show. What else did you want to share about you and Logic Natural Marketing today?
Yeah. Something that I guess that I would like to bring up is that the future goals of the agency. So starting this agency, and I know this is further on down the line. The goals are to then, eventually have funding for a research lab. The healing that
I'm
I've
sorry.
found
I don't
for
know why my
myself.
camera's going off. My apologies. It's
Oh, no,
happened.
it's okay.
Go ahead. I'm here
Yeah.
clicking and
Yeah,
it's
no, sorry
speaking.
about that. Yeah, so the goals of my marketing agency are to one day fund a research lab. So the healing that I've had for myself and the unique approach that I went with my kidney disease, I really want to get that out there for the rest of the world to have that type of healing. Same thing, it wasn't just one protocol or one thing that I did for healing. It was a lot of different items that I did. So I want to bring that more to the forefront and I want to have a research lab that kind of breaks down all of that and how this is working, as well as a nonprofit one day to kind of further support that venture. I want others to have the same type of healing that I've been able to find personally. So I'm hoping that with the marketing agency that I have, I'm able to further that research and then one day also kind of bring that healing to others. A lot of the naturopathic treatments that I use were not covered by insurance. So, they're also not understood that well in the scientific community. So, getting that out there for others to have that same type of healing, I guess that's kind of the last thing that I would just like to touch on. It's very important to me to get that out there for everybody.
Wonderful. And just for those out there who may not even be familiar with naturopathic medicine, could you tell us some insights to it and how it's helping? And I do love the fact that I've heard a lot more about it. I see a lot more practitioners out there and doctors working hard. And I love this now Eastern and Western medicine and both teams are coming together. But could you share some of the insight about it to our listeners today?
Yeah, and again, this is all my interpretation and my opinion. Growing up, I was under the, I had thought that naturopathic doctors, it was kind of
Woo woo.
witchcraft, yeah,
Yep.
voodoo
Woo. I
or
was just
something of
saying
the
that. I'm like,
sort.
woo.
Exactly. It growing up in Iowa, where we did not have naturopathic medicine or naturopathic physicians at all, I really did not understand this. And what naturopathic medicine is to me, it's more preventative medicine and then using natural plants and herbal supplements before you're using pharmaceuticals if possible. So that's really what brought a lot of the healing to me. There were not a lot of options when I had this kidney disease. Lisinopril was the only drug. Again, we're not going to get into a lot of that, but using herbal plants to, have the same effects that these other drugs have without some of the negative side effects. And then also experiencing a lot of healing from that. So using plant medicine, mind and body, meditation, things like that are very important. And I think that they're often overlooked in conventional medicine. And those aspects of health are focused on by naturopathic doctors. And I think that way of healing is something, again, it's not as well known. So to me, that's kind of the difference in naturopathic treatment versus conventional treatment. There's alternative options. They're not as well studied, but to me, I was very lucky and they had a lot of healing benefit to me. So yeah, I do want to advance that and kind of, again, like you mentioned, it's not well known, get that out there and kind of have that understanding be a little bit more refined in the general population.
Beautiful. All right. What else? We still got 3 minutes left in your show, Courtney. Being that you're in this field helping so many doctors out. If someone is listening in growing their business, tell us the steps in the process. I believe you offer a free initial consultation. I saw that on the website, right?
Yeah, so we do that free initial consult, kind of get an understanding of where the individual is at with their business, what they're needing. And if there is, a great interest in moving forward, we will schedule a second appointment to kind of refine a plan together. Sometimes that will be me doing a little bit of research and then the client doing their own homework on making sure we have everything necessary to make the plan something that's able to achieve whatever goal it is that we have. And then we really move forward from there. So I would say, yeah, it looks different for everyone because everyone, again, gets a tailored plan specific for them. So that can look different after that step. But, those are kind of the initial basic steps that are needed to get going.
Well, we appreciate getting to know you, your company, your team, clearly what you do. And again, great testimonials, says a lot. And she's here to help. And again, just curious, if you're not in the holistic healthcare business, the other types of businesses you serve vary from, what would you say, if someone else is out there needing the help from marketing aspect?
Yeah, trades, e-commerce, honestly, anything, let me know and we're willing to look at it for sure.
Aw, well, Courtney, thank you so much for being here. One more time, tell us how we can reach you on social media and on the website.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. You can find me again on my website, Logic, LOGIC, naturalmarketing.com, as well as email logicnaturalmarketing@gmail.com.
Oh, we are excited. Thanks so much for being here, for joining us. And will we see you again in the new year?
Possibly.
Okay, I was going to say, well, then I would use the cheesy line, I'll see you next year. But we'll connect again soon. How does that sound?
Okay, yes, sounds great.
Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. And to all of our
Thank you
listeners,
as
stay
well.
tuned. More of the show's coming right up after the break. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.